Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge yells at Nasty Hope and accuses her of taking over after catching Hope and Brooke eavesdropping. Brooke informs Ridge outside the Forrester CEO's office that Carter's takeover of the company is not Hope's fault. Ridge ignores Carter's attempts to stop him from ranting and informs Hope that she is the reason Carter will lose everything after they make amends. The same way everyone else hates you, he will despise her for it. Hope won't get away with this from Ridge. Brooke's eyes pierce her boyfriend like knives. Justin claims he has everything nailed down, even stocks, but Ridge tells him to keep searching. Ridge mockingly claims that although Carter played them, he is also being played. For what purpose? Hope tells Ridge that she loves Carter in an emotional voice. Steffy advises him to accept the offer. Given who he has become, Eric believes it is not surprising that he declined. All we did was give you a way out. Game over, says Ridge, inviting Brooke to join him. Hope, Carter, and Steffy enter the CEO's office. Hope wants to talk more about it, but Hope believes they should settle down. Carter argues that because he was fired, Steffy shouldn't be in this office, but he now makes the decisions. Carter claims that by holding Hope accountable for his actions, Steffy is proving that he is a manipulator. He used to be loyal, Steffy retorts. Hope turned him against her, so he no longer does. Steffy talks about Hope kissing her husband and deceiving her brother, but Carter denies it. Hope shouts, reminding Steffy why she dismissed her. According to Steffy, it was fair. She is aware that everything will be reversed, and she thinks Hope will regret she had left sooner. She just made the enemy her worst nightmare. As Steffy passes her to make a dramatic exit, Hope appears on the verge of tears and smacks her shoulder into her. After she leaves, Carter consoles Hope, who describes how hurtful Ridge's treatment of her was. Knowing that Carter did this for the right reasons, she sobs. She smiles and wipes away her tears when he brings her and her line back into the firm. They make out as saxophone music plays, and she refers to him as a good man. Zend informs Will and Elektra in the showroom that Justin Barber is still with the others and that their conversation is heated. Will acknowledges and informs them that Barber was once employed by his father. They talk on how painful it was for Steffy to shut down HFTF. For Hope and Steffy in particular, Will takes it personally. Elektra is shocked by what transpired. Steffy and Hope appear to be very resilient. Do they not have similar desires? Will questions whether the meeting is truly beneficial. Perhaps HFTF is being reinstated. The men go. He is happy that Remy would be lingering in the area. Remy inquires as to whether Deacon has ever worked as a model or in fashion. Jokingly, Deacon says, with this mug? They talk about Hope and Deacon's pride in his daughter, who has been under a lot of hardship lately. Remy becomes intrigued and inquires further about her support system, including Katie, whom he recognizes as Will's mother. Remy tells Deacon about Elektra, a friend from his hometown, in response to his question about why he is creating her family tree. She is, according to Remy, and he's attempting to learn who she knows. In an attempt to lighten the mood, Remy's world-class pizza makes people stay in Los Angeles, but it falls short. Ridge, Brooke, and Eric pace at Eric's mansion, all impacted by the encounter. Ridge is certain that Justin can resolve this. Brooke encourages the men to take a break while Eric yells that Carter is incapable of doing this. Neither man is capable. Brooke wasn't pleased with Ridge's speech to Hope. CBS. Carter is labeled a traitor by Ridge. Brooke tells her boyfriend that she doesn't appreciate the way he spoke to her and that she can't hold Hope responsible for what Carter did. Ridge maintains that he would hold anyone accountable for what transpired. Brooke asks whether Eric and Ridge are simply going to leave the business they founded since they won't assist Carter in turning it into a conglomerate. They'll see how Carter manages things without a designer, Ridge shrugs. The fact that he founded this business and now has no control over its management aggravates Eric. He wishes he had ejected Carter sooner. Ridge promises to regain control of the business, and when Eric leaves to make some calls, Ridge informs Brooke once more that her daughter was responsible. Brooke is aware of how terrible this is and how betrayed she feels. Carter made a mistake. Ridge is too irate for them to come up with a solution. She responds, "I think you need to control your emotions." He yells that someone just took over his business. All she wants is for him to be sensible. She wants to stand by him, but he can't insult her daughter or place the responsibility on Hope. On his break, Remy stops by Forrester to get Electra some pizza. Seeing him makes her joyful. Their dream was to visit New York, Remy laments. She informs him that this is her dream now and that it's a family business, therefore it's off the table. She didn't even introduce him to them, he complains. Remy corrects her when she refers to them as friends. They are not just that. They love each other very deeply. Not like that, Remy assures him. Will returns and inquires as to Remy's purpose. Remy appears on the verge of tears. Have you yet to join our Facebook groups for soap spoilers? Brooke tells Ridge that he cannot hold her daughter responsible, while Steffy warns Hope that she has turned into her worst nightmare. Brooke informs Ridge at Forrester that Hope is not at fault. Carter tells Ridge that he may either leave or return to the office. Ridge informs Hope that he gave Carter another chance but didn't take it because of her. He shouts, "Will you please at least be man enough to admit that you stole this company for her? He will have lost everything as a result of her when the ship is righted, and he will despise you for it, man. Just as everyone else despises you. I will not allow you to get away with this." Brooke's eyes narrow. Zend informs Will and Electra that Justin Barber is still present in the salon. Will explains that he worked for his father as a lawyer. Whatever is happening is intense, according to Zend. He informs Electra that things aren't always this way. If problems arise, they are usually fixed really fast. But this? I'm not sure. Zend tells Electra that she probably won't be impacted by whatever is happening. The jewelry collection will undoubtedly be successful. They discuss the cancellation of Hope for the future. Zend acknowledges the pain. Electra doesn't understand. Both Hope and Steffy appear to be powerful, inspirational women. Shouldn't they have similar goals? Electra will be. Deacon is happy that Remy appears to want to stay in Los Angeles at Il Giardino. For some time. You have no idea, Remy thinks as he leaves. Remy follows Deacon to the bar and strikes up a conversation with him about the food. He is impressed after learning that Hope Logan is his daughter. Even though she's been under a lot of stress lately, Deacon is really proud of her. Remy inquires as to whether her Aunt Katie is Will's mother since she is aware that she works with family. Is he trying to map out her family tree? Deacon wonders. Deacon Remy B&B. Justin reminds everyone in the hallway of Forrester Creations that the LLC comes first. Carter is in charge of the business. Ridge claims to have played them, but he is actually being played. They will reclaim the business. Your loss? That won't change. Everything is gone from you. You lost your honor, your integrity, our friendship, your place in this family, and your place in this business. For what purpose? For a tiny sob story, for this one? Did Hope not receive what she desired? How did she act? Did she give you a heroic feeling? Hope claims to adore him. You don't see it, do you? Asks Ridge. He informs Carter that the game is over because he handed him a way out. All right, Brooke. As he leaves, he says, let's go home. Deacon questions Remy's intense interest in the Logans at Il Giardino. According to Remy, a friend of his from back home recently began working at Forrester. Deacon understands that he's referring to the girl who dated Will Spencer. Remy acknowledges her uniqueness. He wants to learn more about the new individuals in her life. Deacon inquires as to why he wishes to remain in Los Angeles. Remy jokes that his famous pizza is the reason he's staying. When he requests a break, Deacon responds, of course. Steffy informs Carter and Hope in the main office that her father is finished with them, but she isn't. You pulled off a coup. Carter claims that they are acting in the company's best interests, but Steffy asserts that there is no way to get past this. She finds it hard to comprehend how Carter could have made such a bad choice. Hope laments that his suggestions were not taken seriously by her family. Steffy claims that she gave Carter ideas. Carter is not interested in hearing it. According to Steffy, they are insane if they believe they will accept this. Carter claims that he is now making those decisions and that Hope shouldn't even be in the building. I fired you. Ridge claims that Justin will make things right at the Forrester mansion. Someone better, says Eric. Ridge believes Carter will come to regret not using the escape route he provided. Brooke asks them to pause and consider the person they are speaking about. Ridge claims that he is a traitor since he took their company. He's your best friend, Ridge. Brooke counters, he's not my best friend. Ridge groans, asking what he's doing with Hope. He can't blame her daughter, Brooke tells him. And Ridge, the way you spoke to her. Ridge yells, the way I spoke to her? If someone tried to take from us, I would respond in the same manner. Hope was the reason Carter did what he did. Elektra observes in the salon how Zend is feeling about this meeting. All he wants to know is what's happening. He makes the decision to climb up and look around. Will claims that he will accompany him. They're leaving when Remy appears. He tells Elektra that he wanted to visit her and that he has come to deliver a pizza. Elektra informs him that she did not place a pizza order. In addition to checking over Forrester and watching her in action, he wanted to surprise her. Dreams do come true, she says. Come on, Elektra, he says, telling her that New York was their dream. Let's leave this place. Los Angeles is so phony. Elektra reminds him that they are only friends and that he cannot leave at this time. They are more than just buddies, according to Remy. Not like that, she adds, as Will comes back at that very moment. What are you doing here, Remy? Elektra B&B. Ridge informs Eric in the Forrester living room that they must figure out how to fire Carter from the LLC. Although he is skilled at his job, Eric claims that he is a traitor. Ridge claims that he was till Hope reached him. That's not how it happened, according to Brooke. According to Eric, he intends to turn their business into a conglomerate. He will not materialize. Ridge claims that he also won't. Carter running a fashion firm without a designer is what he wants to see. Eric is upset that his kids can no longer influence the direction of the business he started. Ridge assures them that it will be returned. Eric leaves to call a few people. Ridge inquires as to whether Brooke is aware of the toll this is having on his father. Someone who was meant to be their friend simply stole the company. Your daughter is to blame for all of this. Hope tells Steffy in the main office that she is too prejudiced to be a successful leader. I see you for who you are, you conniving manipulator, Steffy exclaims. Carter knows Steffy is unhappy, but her attacks just serve to validate his claims. He is committed to restoring equity to the business. What's fair about him deceiving them into signing over their business, Steffy asks. Hope turned him against her, she claims. Being blind prevents you from seeing. She has done this before, so I do. She deceived my brother, pursued my husband, and is now using you as retaliation. Come on, this is all payback, Hope yells. Has she truly forgotten why she was fired? Steffy will always remember her actions. Now there's no turning back. She will realize that she made adversity into her worst nightmare and wish she had simply left the building and continued. After giving Hope a quick shoulder check, Steffy exits the office. Brooke tells Ridge in the Forrester living room that she knows how hurtful this is, but he blamed her daughter. Carter made a number of mistakes, but she acknowledges that what he did was wrong. They must all take a deep breath and come up with a solution. He cannot simply snap. I think you need to control your emotions. He exclaims that he just lost his company. Brooke wishes to stand by him. But you can't do this, she says, understanding that he is angry and that it is terrible. Hope is not to blame. You can't harm my daughter. Carter and Hope embrace in the main office. They were aware that today would be challenging. Hope had no idea that she would hear those remarks from the guy she used to call Dad. That was hard. Steffy is not surprised, but we did what we thought was best for the company, it just came at a heavy price. She tells Carter that he is very brave and that he proved that Forrester Creations is in good hands by refusing to be like them. Without her, Carter could not have succeeded. Restoring hope for the future and its amazing founder is his primary priority. We're going to be great. Hope smiles, and they show their affection. They share a passionate kiss as Hope says, "Carter, never forget, you are a good man." Carter's future is up in the air, the potential for character destroying. According to spoilers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter Walton has taken over Forrester Creations, but he has had to make some serious sacrifices in the process. Even if Hope Logan is on his side, Steffy and Ridge Forrester are still dubious since they think Hope is only using Carter for her own ends. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge and Steffy Forrester think Carter is misinformed. Ridge and Steffy, who think Carter is headed for unavoidable heartbreak, they think he will be hurt and eventually lose everything, have taken notice of Carter's decisions. Even if he and Hope have a little period of happiness together, many would contend that the disadvantages greatly exceed the advantages, and he would ultimately be left penniless. Carter, who lost a best friend he had for years over Hope, has totally destroyed the relationship that once existed between Ridge and his closest buddy and trusted ally. He was also close to Steffy and Eric Forrester, but they no longer trust him since they believe he betrayed them. Carter might have won a short-term battle, but it's obvious that the show won't let him keep running Forrester Creations forever. Spoilers for B&B, it's not Carter's family business. Since this isn't his family business, Carter lacks the power to replace Ridge and Steffy's leadership. His justifications for acting so forcefully appear to be pretty flimsy. Hope's actions are hardly justified by the discontinuation of his faltering line or the denial of his ambitious proposal for a global conglomerate. Carter seems to have gone too far and hurried into a plan that is probably going to fail. He appears to be headed for a major collapse in the story, which could leave him helpless and without anything to show for his labors. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Lawrence St. Victor already declared he wasn't going anywhere. Carter will really reach his lowest point if he and Hope's relationship doesn't work out. Many fans are worried about Carter's future and whether his character can handle such upheaval in light of this storyline twist. In the comments section of one of his Instagram pictures from September, Lawrence St. Victor responded to the reports that he was leaving the program. A lot has happened on screen since he told supporters that he wasn't hopping ship to Beyond the Gates. Carter has recently gone through a lot of character upheaval, which has viewers concerned about the possibility of a departure plot once more. Written into a corner, B&B spoilers? Like Liam Spencer lately, Carter may find himself in a difficult situation and end up being a figure that is rarely seen. But as events develop, there's also a chance that Carter might be led in a different route. If he succeeds in saving a Forrester or does anything that makes him more popular with the family, a redemption arc might be in the works. In any case, Carter's previous acts have drawn a lot of criticism and reforms are unquestionably required. Stay tuned for more information on Carter's future. According to spoilers, there are still some surprises and turns to come, so we'll keep you informed about our predictions. Although there is always drama in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, tensions have reached an all-time high due to recent events involving Remy, Deacon, Ridge, and Hope. The stakes are extremely high due to shrewd tactics, intense emotional conflicts, and strained allegiance. Remy's enigmatic actions, Deacon's protective nature, and the impending explosive confrontation between Ridge and Hope are at the center of it all. ### the trick of Remy. Remy, the mysterious wild card in this developing story, has been subtly constructing a network of lies and manipulation. Her acts have caused upheaval among the Logan and Forrester families, even if her motivations are still unknown. Remy's propensity to take advantage of interpersonal flaws has made her a dangerous presence, whether through deceptive messaging, strategic partnerships, or subtly provocative actions. Targeting Hope Logan when she was weak was one of Remy's most important strategies. She has succeeded in sowing doubts in Hope's mind regarding her position within the Forrester business and her ties with her family by using a mix of flattery and subliminal clues. Remy has won Hope's trust by posing as a confidant, but for what reason? ### defensive Deacons. Ever the nuanced character, Deacon Sharp is thrown into the midst of the mayhem as he stands up to protect Hope from her detractors. Deacon's everlasting devotion for his daughter has motivated him to pursue risky actions despite his troubled past. Ridge Forrester, a guy who has never completely trusted Deacon, is on a collision course with him because of his support for Hope. Both forgiveness and familial loyalty are central to Deacon's defense of Hope. He is committed to demonstrating that he is not the reckless opportunist that Ridge and others believe him to be. However, Deacon's old habits and short fuse could put his efforts at risk when he faces Ridge. There is a noticeable tension between the two men, and it will not be long before their hostility flares up into a full-fledged altercation. ### Hope vs. Ridge. Ridge and Hope's tense relationship is at the heart of the controversy. A dispute that started at Forrester Creations over business choices has turned into a very personal conflict. Ever the watchful father, Ridge has criticized Hope's latest decisions, which he believes to be careless and selfish. There is a gap between them as a result of his severe comments and his inability to understand things from Hope's point of view. Ridge's rejection seems to Hope like just another instance of the Forresters treating her like an outsider. Weary of being disregarded and undervalued, she has started to challenge Ridge's authority in ways that have surprised even her closest supporters. Hope is headed for an explosive collision with Ridge because of her resolve to forge her own identity away from the Forrester legacy's shadow. ### The loyalty collisions. The people who care about and support Ridge and Hope are caught in the midst of these conflicts. Having to choose between her husband and daughter puts Brooke Logan in a difficult situation. She has been forced to face difficult realities regarding her relationships with Ridge and Hope as a result of her attempts to mediate, which have only served to emphasize the severe fractures within the family. At the same time, Forrester Creations is starting to feel the effects of these conflicts. The company's future is at stake as relationships change and allegiances are put to the test. Deacon's support of Hope, Remy's deceit, and the growing hostility between Ridge and Hope pose a threat to the fashion dynasty's foundation. ### Next steps? Questions remain as the drama gets more intense. What is Remy's ultimate goal, and how far will she go to reach it? Will Deacon's attempts to keep Hope safe bring him closer to the darkness or bring him redemption? Is a lasting gap between Ridge and Hope inevitable, or can they find a way to work things out? The answers will probably be just as unexpected as the turns and turns that have led these people to this point, in typical Bold and the Beautiful flair. There is little doubt that the drama is far from ended, with feelings running high and secrets hiding everywhere.